What is freedom? True freedom. For me, freedom has always meant that I have the ability to go where I want, when I want, say what I want, do what I want. But do I really? This idea of freedom came for me from a quote in a book called Untamed by Glennon Doyle. It's about the ability to live as a free woman, but do we really know how to? Now, I really want to focus on being a free human because I think we can all agree on some level that women are not truly free in this society, right? Because we actually have people that are making decisions right now about our own bodily autonomy. But when you really think about it, are we free humans? Well, the answer is yes and no, but you get to decide. So first, let's look at it here. Society has created these constraints, right? We have to stay within these confines of what society has created for us, their cultural norms and their expectations that have been imposed upon us, imposed upon our identities. And they confine us in ways that don't allow us to be our full selves, to fully express ourselves freely. There's also gendered roles, right? And stereotypes that are associated with certain genders that can trap people and limit us in how we see ourselves. Now, also, there's this fear of backlash and censorship that has been seen as controversial, right? And it prevents people from also speaking their whole truth, especially here on social media where others may disagree or take offense. We don't want to be censored by the algorithms of social media, right? But then we have others that say, I speak my mind, and they're tapping away in the comment section here on social media under this guise of the freedom of speech. So that means they can say whatever they want and whatever way they want to say it, doesn't matter, negative or positive, right? But do we really need a piece of paper or a rule of law to tell us that we can speak freely? Now, on the flip side of that, there's also this desire to avoid discomfort and or offending others, causing people to self-censor themselves, right? And we constrain ourselves rather than embracing uncomfortable truths. So let me ask you this. Would you rather be living in an uncomfortable truth or an uncomfortable lie? So lean into that and tell me which one feels more freeing. I also want you to think of the ways that we might also be internalizing these constraints and actually working with the very system that we rage against. We're adopting limiting beliefs about what is acceptable or possible based on social identities. Gendered roles are a big part of that. Self-censoring thoughts and behaviors out of this fear of judgment, like I just said, from social repercussions, conditioning ourselves to sort of conform to the expectations and to fit into social norms, even if it's not authentic for us. And we've seen this with people who are building businesses and brands, and we're trying to get clients here on social media. We don't want to say the wrong thing because we don't want to risk turning them away or turning them off. We're developing also this sense of shame and lack of confidence in expressing ourselves differently than socialized. For example, we're comparing ourselves to others on social media. And so we will either overcompensate by trying to gain the approval of others through likes and loves and followers, or we'll just avoid taking any risks because we don't think we're good enough or to have the experience that other people are having to live the life we truly want to live. I want us to really think about this idea of liberation and freedom, true freedom of our physical selves and of our minds, right? And what that really looks like. And think of it from a personal evolutionary standpoint. As a spiritual being, we are owned by no one. There are no boundaries to who we are and what unfolding reality can look like for us. So when you take away the identities, the labels, the expectations, and the viewpoints of them out there, you realize that everything that I just mentioned prior is really an illusion. And that true freedom is something that is experienced from within. It is experienced when we can truly release all of those beliefs, all of those expectations, all of those invisible confines that are holding us back, and know what true freedom feels like when you know your true self.